Hey buddy, how's it doing? Just a couple of things to go through now from the session that we talked about. Obviously the problem we're having now is that flip, and as I said, obviously with lockdown, it's certainly expected the fact you're going to go back into an old habit just because that's what you've done for a long time, and lack of playing, we tend to fall back into old habits. So looking from face on, we're not going to sort of see the exit position of the club here now, but you'll get the idea in terms of the positions that we're going to show you as to why the club is flipping and what that's going to look like from the face on. So setup was pretty standard, very good. Club goes back there now. The takeaway wasn't actually as bad on some occasions it hasn't been before, and on the case last night, club getting nicely sort of back in front of your hands there. But as we get to about here now, you kind of complete your backswing with your shoulders around here, and then we increase a lot more wrist hinge and set that club. So here now is just a lot of collapsing with that wrist there. You're not really sort of moving your body from there much at all. It's just a bit more left arm and wrist in that right wrist, so you're losing a bit of stability. Your right thumb kind of coming off there, and there's definitely a bit of cupping there in that left wrist, causing that club to get a bit open. As a result now, you've got to come back to that golf and you're getting very narrow in this spot here now, creating a lot of lag, as they say, which is obviously a good thing in some regards, but in your case, the club just a bit sort of stuck and open, and then you're forced in the last second to kind of sort of flip it through here, as we see a lot of rotation there in that right arm. Face of that golf club, as you can see, pretty much pointing down to the ground post impact. So if we look here and the takeaway, same good backswing, just a feeling of, as you said, your mind, no wrist, but no wrist to you is actually still a 90-degree wrist hinge. If anything, a little bit more beyond that, but I mean, generally speaking, the sensation was no wrist. So the club then comes back now. You've just got a bit more width here for the arms, going to fall back down in front, get that club back into still a good hip position. You still maintain the angle in that right wrist. As we come back to the golf ball here now, it's not quite a sort of flippy through impact here now. You can see sort of a similar kind of position at your hands in terms of how your right hand is working. The right hand on here is almost back of the palm to the sky, or palm facing down, whereas this one now, the back of the palm's facing more towards me and the camera. So just a lot less flippy, and again, the ability then to control that face, hit fades and draws. As we said, you felt on the range, on the course, you couldn't hit a fade for love nor money unless you kind of went a bit Bubba or Bernard Langer style. Part of the reason that is you're using so much hand action to the golf ball, it's almost physically impossible. So you'll know yourself when you're swinging your best, you have that ability to sort of shape it both left to right and right to left, because your club, your path, your plane are all kind of fairly neutral, and therefore it doesn't take a lot of adjustment to go one way or t'other. If you're kind of inside and flippy, hitting a fade from there is pretty much impossible. So work on that backswing, wristless feeling, a bit sort of wider, and as I said, sort of circa Tiger 97 kind of feeling. As you can see, it's nowhere near as wide as you probably think, but certainly a much better position. Help get that club back to the golf ball with a bit less face rotation through the hitting area. So work on that, buddy, and we'll catch up again soon. Get on the golf course and look and see how it's going. All right, mate. Cheers, buddy.